Hey, video to our monitors takes us to the White House as President Donald Trump makes headlines yet again, this time while he's celebrating Labor Day. You can see the president here making his way to the golf club in Washington today, but not before taking to social media. He spent the last 24 hours posting about a range of topics, including National Guard troops in Chicago and the future of tariffs. His latest post focused on COVID as his administration ramps up its criticism of the CDC and the vaccines. Trump said this. He said it is very important that the drug companies justify the success of the various COVID drugs. He went on to say many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree. With the CDC being ripped apart over this question, I want the answer, and I want it now. CBS News Chief White House correspondent Nancy Cordes, he should put you on the phone. Nancy, we know you've got some answers here. You're laboring on a Labor Day, my friend. Oh, you're over here. I'm turning the wrong way. You're laboring on a Labor Day. We're glad for it. So this post comes just days after the Trump administration fired CDC Director Susan Monterez. What do you make of this post, and what's the end goal for the administration?
Reed, what I make of it is that somebody is clearly arguing to the president that Operation Warp Speed was not the success that he has always argued that it was. Just a few weeks ago, I asked him about Operation Warp Speed in the Oval Office. He didn't hesitate. He said it had been a massive success. That's what all the scientists say, that Operation Warp Speed, making that COVID vaccine as quickly as the scientific community did, saved millions of lives. So to see the president now suddenly expressing doubt about that is a sign that someone, whether it is RFK Jr., his health secretary, or other vaccine skeptics, making the claim that it isn't. And now President Trump says he wants more proof because he said he knows what the vaccine companies are saying, but he wants to see more. And this is really emblematic, Reed, of this larger debate that is suddenly taking place after RFK Jr. pushed for the new CDC director, who had only been in her post for a month, who said that she believed in the science behind vaccines. She was suddenly fired by the President of the United States. And there's this really remarkable new op-ed that is out today from 9 former CDC directors and acting CDC directors. They are Republican appointees, Democratic appointees, all saying that they're very concerned about the things that the health secretary, RFK Jr., is saying and doing. They said he's focusing on unproven treatments over scientifically proven results. They say he's firing thousands of health workers, canceling investments in medical research, and replacing experts with unqualified individuals. Basically, they are sounding the alarm as loudly as they can, Read, and arguing that his beliefs, his positions, his actions could cost lives.
Nancy, we also saw the president post about a potential executive order regarding mail-in ballots and voter ID. I want to ask you, what do you know about that and what the timeline is there?
We haven't gotten a timeline from the White House. The president has said repeatedly now that he wants this to happen soon. It faces a very uncertain fate, Reed, because when it comes to voter ID, President Trump already signed a similar executive order requiring voter ID for everyone back in March. It was immediately challenged in the courts, and a judge basically put at least a temporary stop to it because voting laws are typically left to the states. That's what the Constitution says. The president doesn't have the power to regulate what the states do when it comes to their voting systems. Congress has the ability to step in, but there's no indication that the president does. And same goes for mail-in balloting. The president for years railed against mail-in balloting to the great concern of Republicans who said, hey, this helps our party. Don't discourage people from using mail-in ballots. He backed off, but then a couple of weeks ago when he was meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska, Putin kind of got him on this train again, arguing that somehow mail-in balloting in the United States was being used to enable the Democrats to cheat, and now the president is back on that soapbox, arguing that he wants to see something change. But again, it's very dubious that he could make that change as president in an executive order because it's really the states and Congress who have the power here.
Always so fascinating to see who it appears has the president's ear at any given time, and that really drives our conversation. Nancy Cordes, if I have to labor on Labor Day, I'm glad I'm shoulder to shoulder with you. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to talk to you.